Imagine a place where the sun is a memory and silence is the loudest sound. A world of reinforced concrete and cold steel, cut off from time and the outside world. This is CECOT, the Terrorism Confinement Center in El Salvador. A real place, not a dystopian fantasy. For thousands of men, it's the end of the line, designed to erase them from the society they once terrorized. El Salvador was once gripped by gangs like MS-13 and Barrio 18, turning neighborhoods into war zones. The government, desperate for a solution, built CECOT as a radical response. More than a prison, it's a symbol of a nation's fight against crime, a fortress carved into the earth. Its purpose: total isolation, severing every line of communication between gang leaders and their empires. CECOT is an experiment in control, testing the limits of human endurance and the meaning of justice. Can locking away thousands truly dismantle criminal networks, or does it create a new darkness? The story of CECOT is a gamble, a journey into the heart of a modern fortress. It's a question of security, humanity, and the price a nation is willing to pay for peace. Welcome to the abyss. In remote Tekaluca, surrounded by farmland and volcanoes, President Nayib Bukele built his monument to security. The location's isolation is its first defense, making escape or rescue nearly impossible. CECOT was Bukele's promise to reclaim El Salvador from gangs, a tool of his Iron Fist policy. Built in just 7 months, its speed signaled urgency and secrecy. Unlike traditional prisons, CECOT was designed to incapacitate, not rehabilitate. Gang leaders once ran operations from behind bars. Here communication is cut off completely. Bukele unveiled CECOT as a weapon of war, not a correctional facility. Under a state of exception, mass arrests filled old prisons, making CECOT necessary. It's the physical embodiment of zero tolerance, a new era in Salvadoran justice. Every detail is about control, stripping away identity, autonomy, and connection. No rehabilitation, no education, no workshops, only confinement. The message is clear: these inmates have forfeited everything but a cell. CECOT redefines what a prison can be in the 21st century. CECOT sprawls across 410 acres, a city built for containment, not community. With space for 40,000 inmates, it's the largest prison in the Americas. 8 independent modules, each a fortress of concrete, prevent riots from spreading. Security is overwhelming. Electrified fences, barbed wire, watchtowers, and hundreds of soldiers and police. Inside, surveillance is total. Cameras, scanners, and signal jammers block all contraband and communication. Cells are windowless, holding 80 men each, with only metal bunks. No mattresses, no privacy, no color. Artificial lights never turn off, and the air is recycled, creating a world of perpetual twilight. The design is psychological warfare, meant to break gang solidarity and spirit. Guards live inside the perimeter, minimizing outside contact and corruption. Every entry is tightly controlled. Even staff face intense screening. The system is a closed loop, every variable managed, every comfort removed. CECOT is not just a building, it's a machine for human containment. Here, control is absolute. CECOT houses the men blamed for El Salvador's decades of violence, MS-13 and Barrio 18 leaders and soldiers. These are not petty criminals, but men accused of murder, extortion, and terrorism. Their tattoos, once symbols of power, now mark them as state property. The state sees them as an existential threat, not just criminals. Upon arrival, inmates are stripped, shaved, and forced to run barefoot to their cells, reduced to numbers, not names. Old gang hierarchies are meant to dissolve. Rivals are forced to coexist in crowded cells. This forced integration aims to break gang bonds and disrupt command structures. The question: will this dissolve the gangs or create new conflicts within these walls? In CECOT, power is erased and identity is reduced to survival. Life in CECOT is a monotonous routine. No sunrise, only endless fluorescent light. Inmates wake for head counts, eat basic meals in their cells, and rarely leave their crowded quarters. There's no recreation yard, no books, no TV, no programs, just confinement and silence. Sensory deprivation is the strategy. No stimulus, no distraction, no chance to organize. Exercise is rare, brief, and heavily supervised in cage-like spaces. Physical power means nothing against concrete and steel. Contact with the outside is nearly non-existent. No family visits, only monitored video calls with lawyers. Inmates are cut off from the world, their influence fading into obscurity. This is the black hole in practice, a living death sentence. The goal: make them ghosts, forgotten by the world they once ruled. In CECOT, time stands still. CECOT is the centerpiece of President Bukele's war on gangs, a symbol of national victory. The government broadcasts images of control, thousands of tattooed men herded by masked guards. The message to citizens: we are winning. To gangs, this is your fate. Crime rates have plummeted. El Salvador's murder rate is now among the lowest in Latin America. Once dangerous neighborhoods are open, businesses free from extortion. For many, this is a miracle, credited to Bukele's iron fist approach. CECOT is a deterrent, its horrors meant to scare others away from gang life. The strategy make the cost of crime unbearable, the consequences absolute. Bukele's popularity has soared and other nations are watching closely. CECOT is now an exportable idea, a shift from rehabilitation to elimination. It's the ultimate statement, some are beyond saving. While popular in El Salvador, CECOT draws harsh criticism abroad. Human rights groups call its conditions cruel and inhumane, a violation of international law. Mass arrests and lack of due process raise alarms about basic rights and justice. The core question: can security justify sacrificing human rights? Supporters say peace requires tough choices. Critics warn of eroding democracy and rule of law. CECOT's legacy is uncertain, a monument to a brutal fight for peace. It forces us to confront the price of security and the limits of our own humanity. As we look at CECOT, we see not just a prison, but a reflection of our fears and a warning for the future.